thing.
Yes.
The proof is that if you, as you said, look at the siyaq sabaq of this, the issue being discussed is that the Ahle Kitab of his time rejected him and differed with each other regarding the ultimate fate of Jesus Christ. Whether he died upon cross or disappeared, whether he remained here or migrated, these were all the issues of discussion.
Yes.
Now, these are the people to whom it should be proved that the deliverance of Jesus Christ from the cross will be witnessed by you during his lifetime. And during his lifetime, all the people of Israel, not only you here, but all the people of House of Israel will have their share in faith of Jesus Christ. So he will be given support, not by these two tribes, but by all the tribes. Now, this is obvious meaning because the people of his time rejected him. If the sign is shown to some remote people who have nothing to do with this controversy, then what purpose is served? For 2000 years he is considered to be a false man, a false prophet, a false claimant, and Ahl Kitab generation after generation die in rejecting him. So if a future remote generation believes in him, what benefit can those earlier people draw from that? While the fact is that his deliverance from the cross was witnessed by his followers, and it was being debated there, and they saw him alive with the same wounds. So the Holy Quran is true, absolutely right, that it says that he will not die before you will see the signs of his true and of his truth and greatness. And it was this deliverance from the cross which played the major role in a large number of the Jews believing in him. Before that, the rate of conversion was just a trickle, less than a trickle. Less than 30 people believed in him. What happened after the deliverance, after the crucifixion? Absolutely a revolutionary movement is seen. Large number of Jews and non-Jews, Gentiles start believing in him. This is the meaning of this verse, that you will see a revolution take place. Before his death, all right. But all the tribes would bear witness to it that he is a prophet of God. And that is exactly what happened if you accept the Ahmadiyya view that he migrated to Kashmir in pursuit of these tribes, and with the grace of Allah, that promise was fulfilled in his favor. The contrary is impossible. Anyway, because the Holy Quran says, नहीं वो जो है जालिदिन अच्छा इन्नी मुतवफ़ी का व राफ़ियो का इलैया व मुताहिरो का मिनल लज़ीना कफ़रू व जाइलुल लज़ीना तबाऊ का फ़ौक़ल लज़ीना कफ़रू इला यौमिल क़यामा. Unless those who continue to disbelieve in him live up to the time of doomsday, this verse cannot be true. So this verse would stand between their meaning and this verse. It would never permit any mullah to cross over this borderline. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now the best interpretation of the Quran is the one supported by the Quran itself. That I have done already. The second, it should be supported by human experience and history itself. The Holy Quran refers to history very often to prove its point. Now I come to the historical evidence that what I am interpreting is absolutely correct, and this is what happened. If he migrated to those areas of the east where earlier the 10 tribes of Israelites had found shelter, they had run away from the oppression of the Babylonic governments, etc. we must find their trace. We must trace their history and found if really people like Israelites are found in those areas or not. Now, I'm not talking of Ahmadi research. I'm talking of the Ahle Kitab's research. They are now agreed on this point that the people which inhabit Afghanistan and Kashmir do not belong to those areas in part of Asia, but they have a different ethnic group. They form a different ethnic category, and their features, their nomenclature, their style of life, their complexions are like Israelites. Still, anybody can witness it. Look at the Indians. Other Indians, Punjabis, everywhere. And look at the Kashmiris. Look at the other Indians and then look at the Afghans. How different they are. And their nomenclature is so different. And they have names of their tribes. Musai, Soleimani, and what other names you find? The places of the country are named after the Israelite prophets. Kohe Suleiman and Jabal Dawood and things like that, you know. So all the nomenclature of their tribes is reminiscent of the Israelites. The nomenclature of the area and the important places and sites is also reminiscent of the Israelites. One such scholar who worked on this issue made a very interesting observation. He said, if you read your Bible well, if you have in your mind the picture of the times when Israelite women at the time of Pharaoh used to go to the Nile for getting water and this and that, and have that picture fixed in your mind, and then suddenly open your eyes by the lake Dal in Kashmir, and you will see exactly the same picture repeated there. The same attire, the same style, the same features. So he said, what better proof do you require that they are the same people belonging to the same stock? This is the Western scholar's opinion. But now I leave this and take you back to history further back. What time, in what age did Jesus Christ disappear? He disappeared from the sight of the people there, but he was seen moving away by his followers. Some of the Ahl Kitab still stand witness that we saw him alive after crucifixion, bearing the same wounds. And he was moving away, migrating from that area, quietly and secretly. All prophets of Allah do this. However brave they may be before migration, but when they begin to migrate, they do it quietly, like Muhammad Rasulullah did, like Moses did. So did Jesus. He hid himself, appeared only to his own followers here and there, and then disappeared. Where did he go? Does history bear any testimony to his being seen elsewhere? We say he went to Kashmir because that is the ultimate place where the Israelites had gone. And now we look at the history, Indian history.